What's up, Docs Daily? It's me, Detroit Lenny here, joined with Robert Faringo and Raphael Sparza on Friday, Monday through Friday. We're here, 1 o'clock Eastern. Saturdays, 11 a.m. Eastern. You can check us out. Saturday's show gets crazy. Bring pen and paper. I don't know what to tell you. There's a lot going on Saturday's show. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. At one point, I stopped the chat last Saturday. We got too much. I told them, take it easy. They were fighting in the chat. It was nuts. It was like a battle. It was like a backyard brawl.
Awesome.
Started out as a nice
in there tomorrow and see what's
I know. I'm gonna.
That
it started fun. As a nice picnic, everybody brought something, and then lights went on.
Listen, Lenny, I gotta tell you, the Saturday show sounds fun, but I'm starting to get the vibe that the Thursday show is like the must-watch show of all 6 days. A lot of winners, Lenny. We gave out a lot of winners yesterday, I feel like this is like 3 weeks in a row that I come in here on Friday. I'm like, wow, we gave out a lot lot of W's yesterday.
I told everybody the two draws that I had, and one of them hit. So
that's right. And Nashville won that game, which I had as well. So we both won in that game. That's fun. Baseball, the Braves demolished Arizona. That a lot of good things.
I was on Winnipeg too. That just looked like shit right from the gate. I knew I lost that bet. But I was on the Devils, and I think I was on my Red Wings, but that's needless to say. They won, though. Hey, wow.
Of course they did, because I bet against them. Of course they did.
Wow.
That's why
don't ever do that.
That's why I haven't bet against them since like January, and then yesterday was just too good to pass up on.
You gotta stay consistent. You gotta bet them from game one all the way through the season.
I think the more shocking part is that I had the Red Wings yesterday. Wow, what a shocking thing that you had that, Lenny.
Right.
Every year. I mean, I will bet the Tigers money line 162 times a year. I mean,
people in the chat don't listen to that. That's a horrible way to money management. You're betting your team every day.
We both ran into the wall with the Sabres, even though we both came on here and we're like, yeah, this is a trap line. Ottawa is the side, but we bet it anyway. Minnesota, hammered Vancouver. Just keep betting against Vancouver. Dallas, we were on. I hit my 7-unit play with Montreal. That was a nice dub. So it was a good day in hockey yesterday.
Can you believe the other day, March 31st, not only did the Vancouver Canucks win that day, the Colorado Rockies won that day, the Pittsburgh Pirates won that day.
Wow.
So if you were trending on teams that just totally suck, that was a great parlay if you had that parlay. And I do believe the White Sox. No, I don't think the White Sox played that game, but yeah, those 3 teams played and cashed.
We talked about that, Raphael, on Wednesday, that Vancouver and Avalanche game.
Yep.
And we were talking about, I wondered how many people actually had Avalanche at minus 400. I think it was like 430 it got up to.
It was the biggest bet, 2.5 goal a puck line this season, and I think last season too.
Yeah, nuts. I mean, and whatever. I just didn't bet it.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
I've been fading the Canucks, and I couldn't bet that number
goals
that high.
in a hockey game.
It's just that's still hard. And then they come out and they not only, they lose, they got kind of their ass beat thoroughly. There was no defense from Colorado in their game.
No. The 8-6 final.
Yeah, 8-6. They just they should have just left it an open net and just see who could get it. You couldn't shoot inside the blue line.
I saw the final and I wanted to see if a goalie scored that game. I'm like, hey, the goalie had to score if it was 8-6.
Right. There had to be something. Only a couple games on tonight in the NHL. Blues, Ducks, Flyers, Islanders. I don't like
kind of sad.
I don't like none of it.
I would go back to Philadelphia. Obviously, I passed, but I think I would go back to them. I don't love betting against the Islanders because they've been so much better in the second half of the season after their kind of midseason lull. Honestly, if you're just jonesing for hockey action tonight, I think I would bet both the underdogs and look for both of them to win. Drop $50 on both the underdogs. I expect one of them to win. Anaheim, they're playing well. The three of us have been way ahead on Anaheim, on the Anaheim bandwagon over the last year. They've lost 3 straight, and I'm just not betting against St. Louis right now. I know they're a bad team that's had a bad season, but they've been playing pretty well over the last month. Like their performance is not meeting what their odds are.
But they have lost back-to-back games in California, but they have owned the Ducks, beating them 9 out of their last 10 games. But if you're the Ducks and you have playoffs in ahead of you, and you're looking to maybe get some redemption, because I think they lost 4-0 the last time these two teams played. If you're the Ducks, you know that this team has owned you. You lost last month to them at 4-0. Don't you think you want some kind of redemption on your home ice?
And the time before that, 4-1.
Okay. And was it 4-0 the last time they played?
4-0.
It was 4-0.
Okay.
The Ducks beat them 4-1, and then it's a lot of pastings. But again, 2022, 2023 is a different Ducks team than.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
What we're looking at.
I'll be honest with you. I'd sprinkle. I got to sprinkle. I got a half unit on each draw.
And he has the Tigers game today too, guys.
Oh yeah, listen. I don't know.
Hey, he hit one of his draws yesterday. That's all it takes, right?
I don't like the Tigers game. I don't like the
Okay.
Tigers. I don't like it at all.
I kind of like the Tigers today. I like that home opener. McGreevy doesn't scare me. Let's just put it
That's
out.
fair.
That game's about to go.
Cardinals lineup doesn't scare me.
Yes. The Framber Valdez looked good in his first start. Detroit gets a bump from playing at home. They're always much better at home. I think that them getting swept in Arizona was kind of fluky. They should have won game 2 before they threw up on themselves in the 8th inning, allowing those 6 runs. Then they lose 1-0 with Skubal on the mound. The guy hits a home run that wasn't a home run. That was a double. That just some kind of fluky things tripped up Detroit. Right. I think they're going to be fine. I think they're going to be better at home. I think Valdez is going to impress, his new constituency here tonight with another good game. I definitely like Detroit. Probably on the run line. I can see 6-1 in this game.
I'm on the Nerfy.
I'm glad this game is playing early, because Detroit's supposed to get heavy storms tonight that might affect tomorrow's game.
I think they moved it up because of that.
Did they?
Originally, it was supposed to be like a 1:00 start, or
I thought it was like a 4, wasn't it? It
was supposed to be 4:00 start, and they moved that up, and they also moved the Yankee game up. All the San Diego, East Coast kind of games have been moved up. So,
listen, gotta tell you, everybody came in, and it was a little bit of this last year. Everybody's dogging on St. Louis, just kind of instantly threw them aside. They're not going to be competitive. St. Louis can play. They're pretty good. Last year, they beat their season win total. I think this year they're going to fly over. Their season win total this year was 69.5. Something ridiculous like that. This is not a terrible team. St. Louis does baseball. They've been good at baseball for 40 something years, if not longer. They are not going to just fall off the map. They've won both their series against the Rays and the Mets, 2 pretty decent teams. A lot of value with the Cardinals. I do like Detroit today. I think that they're the better team, but this isn't a series where St. Louis is going to walk up into Detroit and just get swept or lose 2 out of 3 and get blown out. They are going to be competitive. And I think we need to be out in front on the Cardinals this year. There's value there. They're not a bad team.
I agree.
I don't like them.
You ain't got to sell me.
You're a Cubs fan. Of course you don't like them, Raphael.
But I don't like if I'm looking at the division, I rather buy stock or look at a team like the Reds and the Brewers. I think the Cardinals are going to be battling with the Pirates in the bottom of the basement.
But that's the thing. A lot of people were high on the Pirates coming into this year. I'm not as high on Cincinnati. I was high on them last year.
I'm high on Cincinnati.
Why? I've heard a lot of people say that they're high on Cincinnati. Why?
I like the pickups. I think they have a bigger bat now with Suarez in there. I just like the way they're going to form. And I think they're just a better team than what I see in the Cardinals. The Cardinals farm system is not good. And so now they have all these people in there coming up. They're just average players. I mean, even the Cardinal fans, know that they're not great. They're not going to be good for a couple more years. And that's a stadium that sells out all the time. So if you want to know what the fans are thinking about their organization, watch their next home game.
Yeah, I mean, again, they're not going to win the division or anything crazy like that. That's not what I'm saying. But I see them winning like 77 games, knocking on the door of 500, maybe finishing in third or fourth place, where I feel like a lot of people just had them penciled into the basement. And like I said, season win total is 69.5. Like that was, I feel like that's way, way off. They're going to play competitive baseball, and they're another one of those teams because they don't have very good pitching or any dominant starting pitching. They're going to be underdogs just about every day. You know, there's not a ton of teams that St. Louis is going to be favored over.
Fair.
So if you have a team that we think is going to win, let's say 75 games, and they're underdogs every day, obvious value here with the Cardinals.
Right, there's 75 times.
I'm not sold on the Mets this year, so I liked a lot of that plus money you were getting when they were playing, because the Mets always struggle opening day. I mean, opening season, they're always struggling.
Like the Mets just aren't very good. They cleaned house, they cleaned the decks, they brought in a ton of new players, and it looks exactly like last year's team. I don't think Mendoza is the guy to manage this team and to run this team. I think that they need some new blood in the clubhouse. But you know, you had a game the other day where Francisco Lindor didn't know how many outs there were in the first inning, and then two innings later, he got picked off first base by like 6 feet.
He was not even close.
It wasn't even close. Like it wasn't even close.
Both the can't handle the New York media
and then
already.
Soto hits a home run. You know, that could have been a 2-run home run. Instead, it was just a solo shot. And that's Francisco Lindor. That's your $500 million guy right there, right? Like, it's just not working with the Mets.
One thing about the Cardinals that I've been hearing, a lot of the fans don't want them to be good because they want Pujols or can't think of the other guy to be a manager next.
Okay.
Because they said to keep an eye out for Pujols for the WBC, his manager skills and how he handled that. That was almost like an audition for him to maybe go back and be the head coach of the St. Louis Cardinals.
I got another free play that people can get in right now. If you want a free play from me, take Toronto on the run line today. Dylan Cease going back to Chicago, facing an old team of his. No bet against the White Sox is a bad bet because Toronto's on the road. They're going to get all nine of their at bats. I think that, you know, this one's got like 10-2 written all over it. This was the only, I passed again today because I'm trying to take a little more patient approach early on in the season. This was the play that I should have had on my card. This was the one that I cut off. So definitely take Toronto. That one, first pitch is in an hour. That one looks like it's going to be bloody.
I'll throw out not one, but two free plays. I like the San Francisco Giants team total over 3.5. They scored 7 runs yesterday against the Mets. I actually had a free play on the game total going over. The wind's not blowing. When you're looking at San Francisco at night games, you just look for wind blowing in with some mile per hour. Actually, it's blowing out, but it's like nothing. It's like it's actually stagnant for a wind, which is kind of good for runs, which it was like yesterday. And the Giants were able to score 7 runs. I think we're going to see a high-scoring game. I think the game goes over, and I like the Giants team total over. And we have basketball tonight, ladies college basketball. This was the newsletter free play, and I'm going to announce this again because the total just moved to 134. I still like Texas UCLA the game go over. I cannot wait to watch this between Betts and Booker, two ladies who are going to be battling each other out there. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Both teams have scored over 85 points in the tournament so far, and I know Faringo is just loving all this lady college basketball knowledge right
Daily,
there.
Everybody. Docs Daily, your go-to spot for women's college basketball betting.
Only on Friday.
Bet the game over. This game's going to be better than the UConn South Carolina game.
Yeah, that seems like that'll be more of a rock fight, huh? Like defensive oriented, lower scoring, just a lot of bodies banging.
And Lenny, I got a stat for you, like I always do on Wednesday. I have a special one because this one is rare. This one is something we've never seen in the NBA. Today, 5 games have point spreads of 15 or higher. This has never happened in the NBA. In 35 seasons, never has had 5 games have this bigger spread. The average spread tonight is 12.2 for the NBA right now, and that hasn't happened in 21 seasons.
I kind of like a lot of them dogs tonight. I'm not gonna.
I was gonna say the same thing.
I'm not gonna lie. I definitely like Indiana. I like Indiana tonight.
I like the Bulls. Why do I like the Bulls? Why do I like the Bulls?
Covered 7 straight. Like they're losing, but they're playing hard. Yeah. Like they're not just completely wiping the decks. I like Milwaukee a little bit tonight. Boston has 3 games coming up. They play Toronto, Charlotte, and the Knicks next. So, I mean, 17.5, they can win by 11 and both sides leave happy, right? Like the Bucks lost another game. You know, like I was just talking about this game. Boston, they can't catch Detroit, okay, because they're 4.5 games out of the number 1 seed. New York's not going to catch them because they're 2.5, 3 games up on the 2 seed. So they're in this kind of limbo where, like, what is their actual motivation level in this last week? So I think they'll be happy to just get the win tonight, but I don't see them like just laying it on Milwaukee. And then the other one is Brooklyn. Like same thing with Atlanta. They're just coming off a big win. They just hammered Orlando, and they have the Knicks at home coming up next, I think on Monday. Smack in between, you're facing, the Nets, 17-point road favorites. Does Atlanta win? Yeah, of course
17.5 now.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, of course they're going to win, but like, are they going to go lay a 25-point beat down on the Nets tonight? I just don't think that they are, because they don't need to. That's just motivation levels over these final week and a half are going to be varying.
That's fair. I actually like the Bulls. I mean, at that big number.
They play no defense whatsoever. The only thing that scares me, the Knicks, when they play these horrible teams, this is when they show up. Look at when they played Memphis the other day or stuff like that. They struggle to win games and cover games against playoff teams, but they crush garbage teams.
Knicks are 2-8 against the spread in their last 10. They are 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games as a double-digit favorite. So, what they did to Memphis, like they won by 11, 13.5-point number. They only beat the Nets by 1 point. I
think this game flies over. I think we're going to see a lot of points scored in this one.
That I could see, but I'm kind of with you, Lenny. Like there's just no way that I'm laying these big numbers with these teams right now. Like a month ago, it was like bet against the tanking teams. End of February, early March, it was like
do that now.
These spreads aren't big enough. We talked about it on this show. Like they had numbers that were like 9.5 or 11.5. They should have been 16.5. That's done. That's over with. Now every day, these double-digit underdogs are the ones covering these spreads now. And I think that's how it's going to be these final 2 weeks.
And what happened last night, I think everyone who's going to be big favorites or teams going into the playoffs that saw Luka go down yes, he was out there because of the second half just started, but we're going to see a lot of coaches now. Hey, you know what? We don't need our star going out with only 5 games. Some teams have 6. We're going to see teams pulling their starters a lot earlier now, especially what happened last night for the Lakers.
That's fair.
What's the early prognosis for him?
I haven't heard anything yet, but I think if he misses one more game, and I'm tired of people, if he misses one more game, he's out of the MVP. He was not winning the MVP if he even played all 6 games. There was no way he was going to jump Wemby and SGA. So if you're Laker fans, I don't care. Don't tell me, he's not eligible for the MVP. It doesn't matter. He was not winning the MVP.
You know me, Raphael, like those types of discussions, like I could care less about. I'm only interested in making money with sports, not debating over this stuff. I haven't seen any MVP odds lately. I don't think it's even close. I don't think there's a real debate. Like it's obviously Victor Wembanyama. Like he is.
SGA, well, here we go. SGA is the favorite right now. Only a mind, I think, plus 150.
That's ridiculous.
When March Madness started, that's Tuesday, the play-in game. Wemby was 20-1 to win MVP. Last week, he was 10-1 to win the MVP, and today he is plus 250.
Yeah, I mean, he will have like SGA. I gotta imagine he will sit probably at least one more game, so he will have only played 70 games this year. Like San Antonio kind of came out of nowhere to be the number 2 seed. Like he is obviously dominating on both ends of the court. Like I don't think it's even close, frankly. Like I think there's still value. I would still bet on Wemby.
He sat last night. That's what kind of If you're sitting on a Wemby ticket, you didn't want to see him sit last night.
Yeah, you want to see him. You definitely want to see him keep playing
as much as possible.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we only got a couple more minutes left, and then
Sorry, real quick. Jack mentioned this in the comments. Thank you, Jack.
Let's talk.
Celtics went under, or excuse me, went over in their last game.
Yeah. So you know where we're at today.
Just on spec. Always, always, always. That has been a moneymaker all season long.
Yep. So if you're not on that, if you're not on the Celtics under, I don't know what to tell you. It's the match.
The totals. Too bad the totals one of the lowest totals on the board today.
It is, but it doesn't matter.
I know. You're right. It doesn't matter, but why couldn't it be a 236 like pretty much every other game?
Right. Because they think Milwaukee is going to score like 96 points, which is probably likely. The last two times they've played the Celtics, they scored 81 points and 79 points.
Oh, that's
and we're talking.
Jack wants to know how come we're not mentioning
February.
Jack wants to know why we haven't mentioned the Joker for the MVP. Well, first of all, he was out a lot, and second of all, Denver has not been the same Denver team. Their bench has been awful. I think they can win a series or one or two coming into the playoffs, but they're not beating OKC, and they're not going to beat San Antonio.
I don't think I agree with that. I still think Denver can come out of the West. I absolutely think that they
need Gordon to be the old Gordon. He has not been the same since he's come back.
No, he hasn't, but we still have a few weeks for him to kind of get himself.
Well, yeah, if he comes out like last year's playoffs when they won it, then yes, they're very, very hard out in the playoffs. I just don't see it with him. I think he's the key.
And I feel like Oklahoma City was playing better last year at this time than they are this year at this time. Always hard to repeat, right? That's why we haven't had a repeat champion in a decade. And if you remember last year in the playoffs, like Denver gave them, well, other than Indiana, obviously, but gave them their best series. Like Denver played with Oklahoma City. Denver can beat Oklahoma City in a 7-game series. I feel like they know that.
Can they beat the Spurs in a 7-game series?
I mean, the Spurs are young. Like Denver definitely has the experience advantage in that series. Like this will be the first time that San Antonio, that a lot of these players are playing with these stakes. So you have that's an advantage. And again, if you want to talk about like who would be a tough matchup for Wemby, Jokic, like he's the other mutant in the NBA, right? Like it's the two mutants, like they can kind of neutralize each other. And if Jamal Murray goes nuts, like he is more than capable of doing. Like, yeah, I said early in the season, I was saying this in December, okay, early December, when everyone was healthy, I thought Denver was the second best team in the NBA. When they're fully healthy, I do think that they're right there with San Antonio and Oklahoma City. Maybe just a touch. I like
the Spurs core. There are other players besides Wemby. I just like Kessel, the rookie Harper. If it wasn't for Flag and other, we would be talking more about Harper. San Antonio, he could be 3 straight Rookie of the Years to Spurs.
Castle is having a real good season for him. Like
Castle as well. So I like the role players around Wemby more than I like the role players that Denver has now this season.
Sure.
Quick update on scores. Nationals are already up over the Dodgers 3-0 in top of the second.
Look at the nasty Nats coming to play.
Nasty Nats.
Like that.
And I'm sweating out the Nerfy on the Tigers-Cardinals game.
Attaboy.
One more out. That's all we need.
All right. See, more winners, man. Just lots of winners being handed out here on Docs.
Lots of winners. All right, tell them what you got going on over at the website. We're going to bounce on out of here quickly because Raphael's got a prior engagement.
You go ahead first, Raphael.
I have a 7-unit first half NBA play today. I've been getting a lot of great value in the first half plays now that the season is getting ready to end and we got playoff action. So I have that and a bunch of small stuff. I think 3-unit. I actually have an NHL play. Actually, I had the 6-unit plus money play last night in the NHL. So it's just a 3-unit today. I know there's only 2 games, but I did see value in one of them, and then just a bunch of small stuff. But big weekend, full slate of soccer's finally back. No more European, no more breaks until after the World Cup. So thank you, soccer schedule. So we have that UFC this weekend as well. So and horse race. We have the Santa Anita Derby on Saturday. Don't forget the Santa Anita Derby.
Yes, sir.
Month from tomorrow, Kentucky Derby. Early May 2nd this week. I hit my 7-unit hockey play, my 6-unit NBA play that I was talking about yesterday. I hit both of those. Boom. Today I got nothing. I got nothing for you. I got a small NBA card, passed in NHL, passed in Major League Baseball, but tomorrow will be a big day. I will have a 7-unit daily prop play, which I was talking about from college basketball, that I'll have tomorrow. 7-unit baseball play. That's kind of why I passed today. I just want to wait and put all my eggs in one basket for tomorrow. And a 7-unit soccer play. Raphael touched on it. I am going right back to the MLS. I've had a very good start to that. And if you're looking for soccer picks, I know Strike Point Sports has a 7-unit play going today for the FA Cup tomorrow, Liverpool, Man City. That's a fun game. There's an 8-unit play from Rune Shiva in tonight's women's NCAA tournament. So a lot of good stuff going on. But tomorrow I'll have 3 big plays playing for a big Saturday.
All right. Don't forget to check us out Monday through Friday, 1 o'clock Eastern, Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern. Get everybody's premium plays over at DocSports.com/free60s, where you use that 60. Use that on both these guys. You get a day pass, week pass, season pass, split it up. However you want to do, you Pikachu. We'll see you guys on the next one. Good luck, unless you're against us.